Hello everybody, I'm a simple gamer and welcome back to more Genshin Impact. In Yelan Wolf, I don't know why I said like that, but Wolf, yeah, I just pronounced that a little bit wrong. But yeah, back in Liyue, kind of, because there's a quest here that has been out for quite a while, but I saw that there were stages involved, so I just opted to do it at the very end. When all the stages are out, when I decided to do that, I already had things planned. But then, when it first came out, Paimon started talking, which definitely surprised me, and I was definitely not ready. So yeah, if you want to see what Paimon said, then you'll have to check somewhere else. I do apologize. But it is the Tracing Vanishing Trails event, where you can get like the year-long outfit. Well, no, it's just showcases, since you still gotta like buy it. Which I do plan on doing, but I'll do that off screen after I do the quest. I'm not quite sure how long this quest gonna be, but I do want to try finish it in one go. Since it is a outfit showcase, so I'm not expecting like the deepest lore here. Covert investigation, 30 money, misdeeds. Summer is here. It's been summer for quite a while with the resort, but whatever. And then in the middle of something, so this is probably happening separate from the resort or something like that. I don't know. Okay, just gotta find Yelan and then see what she needs help with. Right there. Should be voiced.
Wait, the person drinking tea over there. Isn't that Yelan? Oh, looks like she's having some kind of tea party with friends. We're just in time. Aren't we gonna go say hi?
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field. In the meantime, I think you've earned yourself a break.
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This case really took it out of me. 13 strongholds. One thieving weasel after another. We rounded up so many people, you almost start to hope a few were innocent, just to balance it out. I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks. Anyway, I'm gonna drop in on that old classmate of mine in Chaoying Village and reminisce about old times.
Don't forget to take some tea and dim sum back to your friends at the Maison Gardiennage.
Oh, looks like Yelan's friend left. Paimon kinda wanted to meet her.
Ah, another pleasant surprise. Traveler, Paimon, take a seat. Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white tea if you would, and 2 more place settings. Now, judging by that expression, I assume you came over to ask about the 2 spies that were just watching us.
Ah! Spies? What spies? There were spies around here just now?
Oh, more than that, I'm sure. I bet they already sent someone to tail Officer Edler. Anything to foil our operation.
Oh, so you're tracking down some criminals? They've got some nerve spying on you like that. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon.
Well, those tend to be the kinds of cases that cross my desk. If I could leave it to someone else, I would. I could have been on vacation right now. Mora laundering, to the tune of 10 figures and counting.
Laundry? What does that have to do with Mora? And who are these figures? There are 10 of them?
In layman's terms, a certain merchant in Fontaine possesses a large amount of Mora obtained through illicit means. But it's easy to get caught when you're moving that kind of cash. So you cover your tracks, create a front to avoid detection, and what do you know? Your illegal Mora now looks completely legit. And this merchant's front of choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering. He buys goods from all over Tevat, brings them back to Fontaine, and rebrands them as pieces of fine art, driving up their price in the process. Then, when the items go to auction, He buys them up at their inflated price with his own illicit funds. And through this exchange, the proceeds he receives in return are clean. This process allows him to legitimize his illicit wealth. He even launders mora for other criminals as well, a business which earned him the title, the Dark Financier. That's to be expected, I suppose. In Chenyu Vale, you can get your hands on exquisite antiques without breaking the bank. Tea sets, porcelain, jade, statues, all easily marketed as pieces of fine art. Liyue goods being used in illicit underground schemes poses a real threat to our trade standing in the long run. So, instead of getting to enjoy my long-awaited vacation in Fontaine, it's back to work for me.
Okay, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's like moving Mora from one hand to the other. In other words, just disguising where it originally came from. But if you know what this merchant is up to, shouldn't it be pretty easy to catch him? You go to the auction, wait for him to appear, then nab him right as he goes to purchase his expensive piece of Liyue art.
Paimon's not the smartest. But why would you do that instead of just catching him, like when he's actually doing his illicit business? It's probably easier than doing this. And probably makes a little bit more sense, since he could just say that he just wants some art.
Not a bad plan, Paimon. But there are too many loose ends. If you were the mastermind behind this whole scheme, would you really expose yourself as the face of the operation?
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to be seen doing the dirty work. You'd send someone else instead. Like, if Paimon was the bad guy, she'd send the Traveler. No, wait! Even if Paimon turned bad, the Traveler would never. Paimon would need, like, a group of minions or something. Oh. Oh! Paimon gets it now. Even if you track down the goods, if this Dark Financier guy isn't the one doing the buying at the auction, you won't catch him.
It's not just a matter of who's at the auction. You also have to source the goods, transport them back to Fontaine, get them to the auction house, none of which are tasks he performs himself. He has a whole crew to hide behind. Tracking down the goods is already complicated enough. They change hands so many times, the trail is almost impossible to follow. So the most logical course of action is to play the long game. You start small. You find someone you can follow behind all the smoke screens, who'll lead you straight back to the Dark Financier himself.
Wait, so you were just pretending? And to think, Paimon thought all that stuff about wrapping up the case and taking a break was actually true.
Right you are, Traveler. Working with the Millilith and Officer Edler, we managed to launch attacks on all of the Dark Financier's strongholds, which allowed us to nab most of his crew. Those spies just now were his most important agents, the two people he trusts to have direct contact with him. The first is Corday, a senior member of the Fontaine Antique Association, in charge of auctioning off the goods. And the other is Dodamani, a ship owner from Sumeru and longtime cargo transporter. They're under pressure to salvage the situation, so we let them slip through the cracks on purpose. The goal is to make them think that, by some stroke of luck, they're in the clear and have room to act. They think keeping tabs on Officer Edler will allow them to operate under her radar and get whatever remains of their goods out of Liyue. But little do they know, while their attention's fixed on her, I'll be secretly gathering the intel that's gonna bring them crashing down. So, interested in coming along for the ride? I'm curious how you take to this line of work. Could be some potential there.
Yeah, we kind of stumbled into this whole thing, but now we're a part of it too. Let's do it! For Yelan, for the people of Chenyavale, and for, the Liyue business world.
I admire your selflessness, Traveler and Paimon. Let me be the one to look out for your self-interests then. Namely, your payment. How about we do this the Fontainian way? You'll get exactly what a top agent receives for a dangerous field mission. Getting started is always the hardest part, but luckily, I have a lead. The Dark Financier's crew is even more on guard than usual, so our best bet is to do some counter-surveillance to get on the right track. And I think I know just the place to start. Let's head northeast and see if I'm right.
Okay, so 6 clues in order to get the financier at the very end. Counter surveillance point, case records, no records available since no, I started the quest, it's just that no clues are here yet. Okay, so go to suspicious area, the more laundering. Okay, I don't know enough about more money laundering to know if what she said was like all accurate, but I feel like some of it might have been a little bit off. But I don't know. Okay, so just gotta go down and see what we can eavesdrop on. Oh yeah, got these things as well. Totally forgot about them. In Chen Yuval, and then shoot over here and all the way over here already. Just a random point here. Okay.
All right, let's start our investigation here.
So, we can all agree this is just a normal stretch of wilderness, right? Paimon doesn't see any bad guys to nab around here.
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent already. Impressive. Like I said, we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his goods. So right now, finding his stock is our #1 priority. And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold is imperative. Which brings us to why we're here. Pretty good vantage point from up here, don't you think?
Huh, guess so. Paimon can see the port of Yelan Wharf, the boats in the distance, and some kind of tower. What's that for?
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can also serve as a means of communication.
Honestly, if this quest like introduces some more of the scenery of Yelan Wharf, this place might actually like be not a bad quest to start with like the exploration of this place. Like if you haven't like done the area yet, like Chen Yuval.
Oh, let's hear it. Not too far off at all, Traveler. The Millilith maintain an impeccable level of security in Shenyu Vale through consistent patrolling. This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior, which is a huge help if you need to move goods under the radar. So we should be able to find traces of the Dark Financier's scouts in this area.
Oh, okay. Paimon doesn't quite follow, but she'll take your word for it.
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. As long as we're meticulous, I'm positive we'll find something.
Okay, was not expecting a new tool here. Special photography device. Move in, zoom in. Check it out. Right here, equip it. So it does expire.
Well, all set?
I guess so, yes. Ready to investigate.
Remember, an eye for detail is key. Clues are often hidden in plain sight.
That quick scenery and time change. Move around, zoom, center your view on suspicious objects. Okay, shouldn't be that hard. I guess I just equip it and then run around. But, compare the photo with the current state of the area. How the hell do they, I guess they, previously took the photo. Do they need a traveler for this then? Is the question. How far in do I have to zoom is the question too. I can zoom in kind of far. I can't quite tell what the difference is. But I guess this one probably like looks a little bit different. Odd position. Been used recently. That's one. This should be two. That I got the soup in here, or food. Marks on the firewood is still fresh. I probably should be checking the thing. Case record. And the last one might be the rocks. Since the two sides are already done, so it should be like on this side now. Look at those guys over there. Okay. Oh, hole. Got you. Raised mound, so something suspicious. Okay, now what?
Some good finds. Whatever door this key opens could be critical to the investigation. And this carrier pigeon tube contains several coded messages.
What? I'm gonna guess they came from the hole.
Huh. So there really is evidence around here. It's like these guys aren't even afraid of getting caught. What if the Millilith noticed them spying and decided to investigate?
These objects suggest the Dark Financier scouts were likely disguised as fishermen. People like that are trained not to crack under pressure. All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse, like needing a place to rest. The Millilith can't investigate or apprehend a civilian without probable cause.
Paimon can just see their smug faces getting away with something like that.
Honestly, if they were that good, they probably wouldn't leave the stuff behind.
Not to mention, the traces on these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active and wasn't among those caught by Officer Edler. So we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know we're still on their tail. I had a hunch this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. But that still leaves the question of where the goods are hidden. Any ideas? Spot on again, Traveler. Looks like you don't need anyone to hold your hand when it comes to deductive reasoning. Given a carrier pigeon's speed, the two locations should be close enough to deliver messages quickly. That means the base we're looking for should be within a certain radius. Ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot traffic.
That just leaves the shallows to the north of Mount Mingyuan?
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains, and the advantage of hiding right under the authorities' noses. Well, our next destination is decided then. Let's go.
Okay, next area of interest. That should be number 2 then. Let me see. Event details. Yep, that's the one done, so claim that reward. Since I started this late, I don't actually know if these all came out like at the same time or after like a couple days. But I am gonna guess like after a couple days. Just to keep things new. But of course doing it all once has its own benefits like what I'm doing. And just like do it and not have to wonder what's gonna happen later. Okay, we're just gonna use all of this. I guess I just shoot up here. And then I glide down. Very, very useful. I don't think there was a set down there, so this was probably the best path I could take to come down here. So second point of interest here, and then I probably have to use the camera again. So after using it like the 6th time, it'll probably get a little bit repetitive. But that's fine. That's what I opted for. So time to drop in. Probably gonna have some past photos too.
Nothing out of the ordinary here, either.
That's right. No detail is too small to investigate. I believe in you.
It is a little bit too coincidental though that they actually have a previous photo available of every area.
The evidence could be even more well hidden this time. All set?
Yep.
All right. I know you have an eye for detail, so use it to your advantage. You've got this.
Okay, round 2, and let me try not to use the case records again and just try to base it on the camera, or I just do it once. So tree, rock, path. Boat? Oh, that's 4 clues. Lantern? Okay, that's 1. Someone working in the Devon Night, okay. And I feel like the boat is 1. I guess I just gotta get closer. Really? It's not this one? Okay. Unless it's actually not the boat. It might actually not be the boat. I guess that's fine. Other than that, I'm probably a little bit too far. 4 clues is quite a bit. But since it is like going up here, sorry, it's only showing this area, so one of them should be, I feel like it should be the shipwreck here. I guess I just like got a little bit too not close enough. Fine. Okay, pieces from a crate. Oh, that was part of the boat, but I guess that's part of the crate. I still don't get how this boat is actually not part of it. Unless if I need like a certain angle to actually get it. But let me double check the case records. Oh, it's on the other side. So it looks like it all takes place on this side then. Never mind. That means I do gotta find the other 2 here somehow. I'm actually not quite sure. What? I heard something pop. The rock? I mean, it's moved. Yeah, I do know that, but I thought it would just show up once I got like in the circle, but of course you gotta get closer. Of course. Okay, last one. I guess I just gotta keep comparing. Tree thing, branch, that thing over there. Oh, footsteps. Okay. And the fact that it didn't do was a little bit weird. I really don't get the range for this thing. Apparently I had to like go on this angle or something.
This must be it! The secret base where they stash their goods! Definitely wasn't easy to find.
Well, well. Looks like you tracked it down in no time at all. I see your potential as a solo field agent, Traveler. Now, time to test out the key we found earlier. Let's see what surprises could be in store. This isn't their home turf, so I doubt they had time to set more traps. Should make our lives easier. I'll take it from here. The last thing we want is to leave traces behind in there. Caution is the name of the game. You two keep a lookout. Make sure no one barges in while I'm in there.
You got it! This is a first for us, but the Traveler can do anything. He's got your back! Good point. Yelan doesn't make mistakes like that.
Lots of white text on black background. Great. Enters. Okay, and then she actually got in.
Alright, that's done. I've noted the features of all the porcelain items, vases, and teas stored here. We need to keep a lookout for these features at the auction and pinpoint the person attempting to purchase the corresponding goods. Then, we can let them lead us to our main target.
Wow, that was fast! You must do that all the time, huh?
Now, we wait. There are countless auctions in Fontaine. We can't possibly monitor them all. Besides, that would be a waste of personnel. I'll continue to conduct surveillance in the area, keep tabs on the situation, and attempt to decipher their coded messages. Once his 2 lackeys move the goods, we can shift our focus to the upcoming auction. And then, we'll have somewhere to start.
Got it! All we can do now is wait. Wait, and then follow them straight to the guy behind this whole thing so we can give him the old 1-2 punch!
This whole time, Officer Edler has been leading her two stalkers on a wild goose chase around Chaoying Village. Once they decide it was all a waste of time, it's her turn to tail them instead. Not to mention our operation has already put them under extreme pressure. We've forced their hand. I doubt they'll last more than 2 days before making a move. So let's meet back up at Yelan Wharf in 2 days. Find me near the harbor.
Okay, there we go. That's the end of day 1. So then it is every two quests every 2 days. So yeah, so it's 1, 2 for 1, 3, 4 for 3, and 4 and 5 for 5. So that's how they divide it up. Okay, claim that. It does kind of suck though, but since I did this late, I do gotta wait until 2 days later, which kind of sucks. Okay, just gotta do something like that. Actually, I do believe it's at 12, so I do gotta go like all the way. Unfortunately, well, that's fine. Yeah, and Yelan totally does not need the traveler's help. She could have just done the entire operation by herself with Edler, and everything probably would have been fine. But just gotta, yeah, have the traveler come along. I messed up. I thought it said after 12, but it says 8 to 12, so that's a little bit awkward. At the very least, I do feel like the time thing goes a little bit faster than before. Nope, I'm probably just imagining things, but they probably could have made that faster. Honestly, since the change between quest scenes is like instant, like for this quest, at the very least.
Well, it's been 2 days. Let's go meet up with Yelan. Ooh! Paimon's getting excited! Searching for evidence, tracking down a crime boss. It's like being a real detective!
And with that, time to teleport. Detective, more like special police officers, but yeah, since they do have the authority of the state. But sure, detective works too, probably. Okay, back to Yelan, and then I probably have to wait another 2 days after I do like the 4th quest.
Well done, you two. Right on time. The day after we infiltrated the storage facility, the Dark Financier's 2 lackeys, Corday and Dodamani, started moving the goods. See that ship? It's the one Dodamani dispatched to transport the goods. It operates under the guise of a joint passenger and freight vessel.
Whoa! That's one huge boat! Paimon can see all the goods piled up on the pier. Seems like it's transporting quite a few passengers to Lumidu's harbor as well.
Thinking 2 steps ahead? I like it. You're a fast learner. If Corday and Dodamani think the authorities are onto them, it's possible the goods they're sending to Lumidu's harbor are a whole bunch of nothing. Just bait to flush out the law enforcement on their tail. But we need to be careful. Several members of the crew have confessed that a veteran treasure hoarder known as Scamface is involved with the Dark Financier. As an escaped convict, Scamface is a master of staying hidden. Based on our earlier investigation, it's clear he's the one who's been doing reconnaissance on the Millilith's lighthouse. I'll circle the area to draw Scamface's attention away from the scene, while you two inspect the goods. Remember to keep a low profile.
Yeah! And Paimon will do her best to float closer to the ground. No higher than the traveler's shoulder.
Okay, split up a little bit, but doing it here. You would think that someone would see the traveler, but that's where his stealth comes in.
All set?
I guess. Okay, back to the camera.
We'll meet back up here once you're done.
Alright, the pier, begin your investigation. Oh no, it might be something different. Sweep the area, collect evidence, investigate the cargo. Line up the partial images until you get perfect match. Oh, okay, it's one of these things. Got it. Okay, match the image. So we have the thing, well, the masks, and then the wall and that thing, whatever that thing is. That one's pretty easy. I do wonder if you were supposed to like zoom in or out, but for the first one, it's just like go right there and you got it. The rest of these marks, the blue ones, okay. Gotta find 5 of them apparently. Shouldn't be that hard. Oh, and this time you don't even have to move. This is actually so much easier than the first 2 days. Okay, collect 1, number 2. Why can I not go here? Oh no, I can't move, never mind. Okay, so I do gotta go looking around for it. Nope. I thought there was like one on the map, but I guess not. Where is the rest of them? Oh, hello. 3. And 2 more. Wait, how the hell did I teleport here? Wait, oh no, it's just the side. I was like, what? So it is around here, but it's not like all in like in the photo area. That's 4. And the 5th one shouldn't be that far off. I just gotta look around for it probably. The ship's probably too far, so it should be around here somewhere. Oh, yeah, the wall of light is gonna prevent me from going too far out, which is probably good because I will probably need to look at the photo again in order to find it. Got shiny here for some reason. Oh. I'm actually not quite sure where the last one is. Like usual, there's always the one that's a little bit harder to find. I don't see it, huh? Okay, case records. Oh, it doesn't actually show you what the last one is. You just gotta find it. Well, that's unfortunate for me now, isn't it? I'm probably just blind, unless if it is one that I've seen before and then I just like skipped over it thinking I already found it. But I've been everywhere and I don't see it. It might be up, but I don't see it up anywhere. Oh, Yelan's back here. Wanhu? Why can't I go all the way here is the question. Actually, can I leave? I can. Yeah, it's probably easier to look around from this view rather than camera. Which one am I missing? I don't think, well, it'd be pretty annoying if it was up top. But I guess it's not up top. So it's not there. Oh, thanks, Arrow. I passed by this a couple times, but I totally thought I got it, but this was one of the ones I did not get. That sucks for me. Well, eventually I probably would just went back to all the ones I found, and then I would got this one eventually. The stupid marked one. Ruining my immersion. Okay.
Okay, so no fakes. These people are definitely anxious to get their goods to Fontaine all in one go. But did you see the strange markings on some of them? Huh, wonder what they mean. Let's go ask Yelan!
Good work. As for the auction, Officer Edler was able to gather some useful intel too. We're almost certain their target is the auction taking place at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days. The markings you managed to capture were applied with a special kind of paint. Almost impossible to notice without some kind of specialized tech, like the forensic imaging device. I think we're looking at a treasure hoarder insignia. Each big shot in the organization has their own, almost like a personal signature. And considering what we know about the case, I'd wager this is Scamface's handiwork. Based on the port manifest, it looks like the marked goods include fertilizer from Sumeru, local fireworks, soap, and perfume.
So, nothing special then? Just some farming products and everyday necessities?
Fertilizer, soap, and perfume. No, there's something going on there. Might be risky, but I'm gonna investigate on board, and hitch a ride to Fontaine while I'm at it.
Yeah! Let's see this thing through! Paimon's gotta know what's going on here.
Well, you've proved yourself so far, so I don't see a problem with that. Just know once we board the ship, we're bound to come face to face with Corday and Dodamani. So make sure you're prepared. The investigation might look a little different this time.
That's fine. It might be like battle time for like the fourth investigation.
Excuse me, passengers. Due to limited space in the cargo hold, we've been forced to store some of the goods on the deck. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Ah, please, no need to apologize for your success in business. I just hope it rubs off on the rest of us.
It looks like all the goods marked with Scamface's insignia have Corday listed as the shipper. Dodamani is in the cargo hold, likely making sure all the goods are in place for delivery.
Are they inspecting something? Why are they rifling through the boxes? Paimon can't make sense of it.
Here, take this cipher. It should help you figure out their coded messages. This is the plan. While I distract Corday and Dodamani, you two investigate the goods marked with Scamface's insignia. We might learn something useful. By all means, I trust your judgment.
Huh? Wait! You're just gonna go up and talk to those guys? Yelan!
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, but have we met? You're Mr. Corday, a famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct? I believe the three of us have had the pleasure of meeting once before, at Jiuguan Tea House in Yelan Wharf, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh? You... Ah, the Dice Master of Yenshang Tea House. It's a pleasure, Miss Yelan.
Oh, so you've heard of me too?
Yes, I had an absolutely delectable cup of tea there once. One can hardly leave Yenshang Tea House without hearing about your legendary dice skills. I suppose something keeps bringing us together. A shared love of tea, perhaps?
Yes, that must be it. Well, looks like we ran into each other at the perfect time. I'm heading to Fontaine on vacation, you see. Any recommendations on where I should visit? Someplace I could find an exquisite tea set, perhaps. Like a fine art exhibition, or an auction. I hear Fontainian black tea has a unique flavor. I imagine your tea sets are a sight to behold as well.
You...
Ah, does this gentleman have an interest in tea sets as well?
Of course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yelan. I'm also heading to Fontaine for travel. Corday's invitation, you see. In fact, I'm the one who owns this ship.
Yep. Yelan is actually talking to them. Are we sure that's a good idea? Alright, then let's go somewhere out of their line of sight so we can start investigating those boxes. What's with the strong smell coming from these boxes? Must be a bunch of stuff mixed together. And there's a strange note. But Paimon can't read what it says. Yelan really thinks of everything, huh? But, you know how to use this thing, right?
Oh no, got some reading. Mixing the three ingredients, desensitization effect, small fireworks detonators, time explosion, ship's hull is destroyed in open water, sink their goods. So they can't take part in the auction. So rival business stuff, and then just put like their own stuff in the auction. Whale the heat for 6 months and 15 million more. Okay.
Well, what does it say?
Oh, okay, so don't actually need to cipher anything myself since the traveler just does it for everyone. Nice.
Blowing up the ship? Are they nuts? Paimon thought this was about getting the authorities off their tails, not drawing even more attention. Okay, Yelan was right. This guy is a complete lunatic.
Okay, never mind. So not the competitors' goods, but their own goods. Okay.
There are innocent people on this ship! We need to find and disarm those bombs as soon as possible!
Camera time to find bombs, I guess? Act now. Gotta hurry. Yep, check something first? Nah, I'm good. Since I don't even know what I would check. Oh, I could probably went out to talk to them. Yeah, let me abandon the challenge for a quick minute. Not that button, my bad. Abandon challenge. Let me see if I can talk to them. Since I am here anyways, I might as well do it before I start the thingy. It is cool that they did make like the ship right here. Okay, so can't actually hear what they say. Just fade to black, and then you teleport back here. Just there's no one else to talk to, I guess I just start then. Which I should have done at the beginning. Okay, act now, for real this time. Find and dismantle all the bombs marked on the marks. So you can dismantle that one, so don't actually need the camera this time. Just gonna find the sparklies. And then eventually, for time-wise, they'll probably have arrows pointing to them if I miss them like usual. Which I think I am going to miss them like usual. I don't think there's going to be anything up top there, so let me check up here. There should only be one up here. That means the other two are probably somewhere else that I'm probably just not seeing. Unless if it's like up top, but I don't think it's that far up. Number 3. Oh, there was one up top. Okay, I'm wrong then. Going after the bridge. And last one on the mast. I did not expect that. Okay, all done. The cipher provided. Yep. Got the bombs. And Scamface's red hair. Okay.
Alright, that's all the bombs on the deck. What about the cargo hold? Do we have enough time?
Already taken care of. Good work, you two. You stayed calm and acted fast. That was the perfect response to a situation like this.
Yelan! Honestly, it's all thanks to you. It was your idea to board the ship, and we never would have been able to figure out that message without your cipher. Wait a sec, we're at Corday and Dodamani.
Recovering from the shock, I would imagine. Suddenly finding out that you're being targeted by a dangerous individual. That must have been quite the ordeal for you, gentlemen. Almost lost your cargo and your lives in one fell swoop.
Indeed. To think such evil exists in this world. I can scarcely imagine what I did to offend this fellow. Resorting to murder like this. It's quite unfathomable.
Well, no need to fear. I'll alert the Maison Gardiennage at once and ask them to send agents to Lumidus Harbor. The two of you are clearly in need of protection. Your cargo will also need to be handed over to the authorities for inspection, Mr. Corday, just to eliminate any remaining hazards. After which, the Maison Gardiennage will escort it all to its intended destination, of course. So, if I may, where are your goods heading, Mr. Corday?
To the Hotel de Boer for an auction in 2 days.
Ah, then rest assured. The Maison Gardiennage is full of diligent and responsible personnel. You can trust that your goods will arrive at the auction without a scratch.
Our sincerest thanks.
From the response, I can't actually tell if he's actually being thankful there or not. Or if he still believes in the financier, yeah. You know, they might just cooperate to not get arrested. Like,
You scared the life out of Paimon, Yelan. Going right up to them like that? What if they caught on and decided to, try something desperate?
It's not a question of if, Paimon. I'm sure they caught on. But in the interest of their own survival, they had no choice but to play along. Now we can be sure the Dark Financier is getting desperate. The stint on the ship? That was him trying to cut his losses to save his own skin. He needs to get rid of anything that could be traced back to him. So, you blow up the ship. You send the goods meant for the auction straight to the bottom of the sea, and let Scamface take the heat. The last thing he wanted was for the goods to make it to the auction, but now we've ensured that they will, so he has no choice but to follow through. He could choose not to send one of his agents to the auction, and let his goods go to an unsuspecting buyer instead. But remember, their worth is inflated. It would only be a matter of time before the buyer realized the valuation was off and reported it to the authorities. As the seller, Corday would be staring down a potential conviction. At best, the dark financier has to find a new kind of Mora laundering scheme. At worst, he loses one of his last reliable agents in Fontaine. Exactly. Our trail of evidence remains intact, and we let the buyer at the auction lead us closer to the dark financier.
Okay, so, that means, can we go over this again?
Don't worry. I'm sure the Traveler will explain it again in Paimon-friendly language. We're in the home stretch, and taking advantage of this auction is crucial. So come prepared to see this through. Officer Edler already has an informant stationed at the scene. This invitation letter will get you into the auction. I'll meet you at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days.
Okay, that's it. So that's investigation 4 done. Yeah, it looks like that they still might work for him, even though he tried to like bomb them. Process before the auction, deliver them. Caught the attention of criminals. What might happen? Unless if they, well, no. If they knew about the bombs, they probably could have escaped with like a light boat beforehand. So, I guess the Dark Financier wasn't like that heartless to just like kill them off with the boat, or something like that. Safety inspectors, free to go later, but you're trying to keep them there. So, I actually can't believe that they're still working on with him, but I guess the only explanation is that they were in on what was gonna happen. And let Scamface take the fall while these two get away scot-free, or something like that. Is basically what I got from that. Okay. So yeah, just gotta wait 2 days, and then it'll be 18 to 20 for the auction. So that's 1 and there. This time I think I got the time right. And then I just gotta teleport her to the hotel. Yeah, come on, come on. So these quests are not actually that short, which is good, since they're all voiced. So it's actually quite nice.
All right, time to meet back up with Yelan. Our destination. A very important auction at the Hotel de Boer. This is our chance to catch the culprit behind this whole scheme.
Okay, Pama's done talking. So we just got the teleport right here. I do wonder if I have to go inside the hotel. I probably do. Okay, and then this away. Oh no, just gotta talk to the waitress.
Good evening, patrons. Allow me to escort you to the auction.
Oh, Paimon's getting a little nervous. But we gotta keep it together. This is our best chance to catch these guys. Wow! This place is packed. Is every rich person in Fontaine here or something?
I like that Paimon face.
Oh, wait! The people we're after are hiding here too! It's time to get serious. Paimon knows just the thing!
Not this one though. I definitely liked her, like the one before with her like hands over her eyes. That was pretty cute.
What? It's not like we're rich like the rest of these people. We need a little something to blend in. Besides, if we're here as honest, hard-working detectives, we might as well look the part. Too bad. Paimon doesn't have another. But she'll help you make one once this is all over. An even cooler pair.
Well, you two seem raring to go. Good to see you're not nervous. But remember, the key to blending into an event like this is remaining calm and collected. Slow your breathing, tone down the emotion. We don't want to stand out.
Yelan? It is you, right? It must be you!
Well, I am the current owner of the Yenshang Tea House after all, as well as an honored guest at this auction. So, I thought something with more of a Fontanian flair might be nice. A special outfit for a special occasion. Why? Does it look bad?
No, not at all!
I'm sorry, it looks a little bit too similar to her base outfit. For some reason, in my eyes, that she kind of looks the same, except for like her hair parted a little bit differently. So, yeah. Looks great, but not that much greater than her other outfit.
All right. Well, let the vacation begin. We have an auction to crash. You two are expert investigators at this point. With us working together, I'd say our chances of success are stacked higher than the cake towers in the Hotel de Boer.
We sure make a great team, but now that we're at the auction, what's our actual game plan?
This time your mission is simple. Take this dossier and pay attention to the items being auctioned. When the Dark Financier's antiques are up, all you need to do is bid. We want to drive up the price and create a bidding frenzy.
Wait, so we get to actually take part in the auction?
Thoughtless bidding usually leads to a warning, or even disqualification. But the special account you two will be using during the bidding has no credit limit. So you can drive up the price as high as you want. The more chaos we create, the better. The Dark Financier knows we're on his tail, so I highly doubt he sent one of his trusted agents here. The buyer's likely someone disposable, a scapegoat of sorts. After the incident with the ship, several buyers registered for the auction at the last minute. They're all wearing special pins, signifying them as tea aficionados. Our target should be among them. And I'm sure he's terrified, because if a different buyer develops an interest in one of their inflated goods and wins the bid, it's game over for both Corday and the Dark Financier. Not to mention the buyer has limited funds at his disposal. The Dark Financier likes to work in small sums at a time, so his scapegoat can't go too overboard with the bidding.
Okay, so complicated stuff aside, the point is, they have a plan, and our goal is to mess it up. If Paimon was in their shoes, that would make her pretty nervous too.
There's seating reserved for special guests on the second floor. I'll be up there during the bidding to keep an eye on things, and to see if anyone starts to squirm. One thing going wrong might not be enough to slip him up, but target him again and again, and trust me, he'll feel the heat. Once the auction is over, we'll find somewhere secluded to corner the buyer and have a nice little chat.
Yeah! We're on a winning streak, and we're not about to let up.
Oh, so we start as Yelan and then afterwards we go to Traveler Bidden. Equip the item, which I already have, so act now. I probably should have attacked a little bit, just to see her moves. Start investigating. Oh no, I can still. Okay, find all the buyers wearing badges. Give me a sec. So it is just like her usual attacks. Of course. How do I do this? Case record. A badge. Okay, so part 1 is finding all the buyers wearing the badge. The person, well, the people, not the traveler, who is, okay, Hydro Traveler is interesting. Got one of them. Took a while to zoom in, but there we go. Nothing suspicious about her outfit or demeanor. I would think it's this guy, but I guess it's not that guy. He just is very into the bidding. Okay, we have him in the corner. Displaying the badge very prominently, he's nervous. And last one, right here, no choice, so it's probably this guy. Oh, never mind, he doesn't stand out, never mind, I totally thought it was him, but I guess it's the guy on the left then. Alright, suspect identified. Bid frequency high. Affluent connoisseur. Lay appearance raises some questions. Low profile bidding style. Focus on most precise pieces and this lady right here. Avid collector of unique accessories and trinkets. Okay. So yeah, it's probably this guy. Oh, never mind. Not the scapegoat. Okay, so I was actually right the first time. Crazy.
He's acting strange, and there's something off with his attire. No mistake, that's our guy.
I guess because he went to the ones pointed auctions, that means it's the ones where he bids for other people or something like that. Unless if it's the other way around and he only goes for specific pieces, but then he's here for like the random stuff that he usually does not go for, or something like that.
His tea aficionado pin is a special color. Most likely to make it easier for Corday to keep tabs on him and the situation as a whole. Which means the two don't know each other well at all. That's something we can use to our advantage.
Another double black screen, great. Ordinary clerk, financial trouble. Okay.
Wow, I can't believe I won the bid for this antique painted vase. Should be a wonderful addition to my home decor.
Did you see those tea sets from Chenyu Vale? People were bidding on them left and right. My goodness, those final numbers. Far too high for my pocketbook.
This was not how it was meant to go. Where did those two come from?
Whatever your employer is offering you, the Maison Gardiennage will double it.
You! I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so? Well, you might be interested to know that this hitman over here is also on a need-to-know basis. If the person wearing the blue pin loses their bid, find somewhere secluded and eliminate them. All he can do is follow orders, I suppose.
Eliminate?
You lucked out, kid. Getting cornered by the law just saved your life.
No, this can't be happening. The boss said that even if I got sent to the Fortress of Meropide, all I had to do was keep my mouth shut and he would find a way to get me out. And he even paid me 3 million in advance. On that alone, I could get my wife the best medicine, help her hang on for a few more years. But then, one auction goes wrong. Just one. And what? He's afraid I'm gonna talk? So now I'm just collateral damage?
You're risking your life to do this guy's dirty work and pad his pockets with even more cash. Compared to what he's making, what you get in return are nothing but the scraps.
I've got at least 70 people just like you locked up in the Maison Gardiennage. Need them to tell you where this ends?
No need. I'm guessing you're offering me a way out. What do you need me to do, officer?
All you need to do is arrange a meeting with your boss and have a little chat.
My boss, he's extremely careful about that kind of thing. I've only met him 3 times, to pick up the advance, to go over the plan, and to get the funds for the auction. The best I can do is take you to the place I'm supposed to deliver the goods. There's a certain method I can use to get in contact with him in case of emergencies.
All right then. But first, we need to search your home for evidence related to the case.
Phew! Mission accomplished. You managed to get through to him so fast, Yelan. Paimon almost couldn't believe it.
Well, he was already nervous and uncertain. All it took was a sincere negotiation. Once I laid his interests out on the table, it didn't take much for him to realize he stands to gain more with us than his boss. Plus, we had some very convincing performances to help seal the deal. Especially you, officer. You make an excellent hitman.
Well, it's been a while since I've gotten to tap into a villain like that. Thought I could've pushed it a little more, honestly.
Are you kidding? Paimon felt like she was face to face with one of our bad guys of the week.
Well, what's next, Yelan? Want me to go after Corday or Dodamani?
The Sumeru authorities have Dodamani covered. They're just waiting on our signal, and they'll nab him once he makes it back to Beta Harbor. The Millilith are pursuing Scamface, so that just leaves Corday. Tail him, but be sure to keep your distance. We don't want him to tip anyone off.
You got it. I love it when a plan comes together like this.
All right then. We'll reconvene 12 hours from now, when our new double agent will lead us into the Lion's Den. It's time for the Dark Financier to face the music.
Okay then, almost done then. So that officer's name was Fonk apparently. Interesting. Okay, following day. Unless if this is like a 6-day event and then the last one comes out like the day after. Maybe. I'm actually not sure. 9 to 12, so we just gotta go over here. Yeah, I guess that guy just bid on the specific things for the Dark Financier. That's why he was a suspicious one. And not just like randomly bidding on everything like that guy from before. Who just likes to buy stuff, I guess. Okay, teleport all the way over here. And I've been a little bit lacking, but I'll just grab my rewards a little bit after. It's fine. Just do at the very end. And then run over here. Yeah, the Waybirds. Should be a fight with Yelan soon.
Alright, this is where the boss told me to bring the goods. This area is full of apartments and warehouses for rent. The Maison Gardiennage came through not too long ago to keep trouble off the streets. I guess boss thinks it's safer to operate right under their noses. Now, to arrange an emergency meeting, we need to activate a series of mechanisms to send him a signal. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea how to activate them. The only hint boss gave was that the code had something to do with colors. Maybe he was planning to give me more information after the auction, but that plan fell through, obviously.
Paimon was hoping it would be smooth sailing at this point. But no, of course. There's yet another obstacle. Well, after all the investigating it took us to get this far, figuring out what to do with these mechanisms should be a piece of cake.
Hopefully it is easier since I was not that good at taking the pictures. Okay.
Detective, I wanted to ask. Since I've cooperated with the investigation and all, do you think I'll get a lighter sentence?
That's for the Maison Gardiennage and the court to decide. But I think your attitude will work in your favor.
I'm glad I came to my senses when I did. Otherwise, I'd be done for sure.
I guess his name is like Diedwald. And I have no idea if what he said about his wife was actually true or if he... No, I guess he was panicking there, so it was probably true. He has like an alien wife, but that's probably not gonna be important.
If all goes to plan, this should be the last phase of the investigation. It's a shame, I know. But all good things must come to an end.
Okay, but in this case, I think they should be happy it's coming to an end. Gotta catch the bad guy so he can't do bad things anymore. So all bad things must come to an end. Might be more appropriate here. Okay, no time to waste.
All right, then let's see those detective skills in action.
Something about colors. Investigation begins. The vital code. Compare the okay, so we're back to the beginning. Compare the image with the current state. Still no idea how the hell they had a picture of this place beforehand, for sure. Well, I mean, this thing's pretty obvious. So that's 1 out of 4. A marcotte. Next is, I want to see it's the mailbox, but it's probably not. Gear? Unless that gear was always there. But that's what they're comparing for, I guess. Well, I can't zoom in. So there's the gear. Oh, purple flower, teleport point, and purple flower over here. Let me see the... Yeah, it's gone. Of course I gotta zoom in on the pot. Oh, tea leaves, leftover goods from the transaction. You. Come on. There you go. Something's fishy here. And last one. Oh, the one back here. Done. Fluid lotus turned into something else. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Investigation complete.
All right, the mechanisms have been activated. Now, all we have to do is wait for our target to take the bait.
You know what? For some strange reason, Paimon's not nervous at all.
My dear Monsieur Diderot, here to make excuses for your complete failure at the auction? Or to fish for a bigger cut? Accidents happen, of course. What I care about is whether you have the spine to deal with the consequences.
So you do believe in consequences. Seems a bit ironic, coming from the likes of you.
Oh? A trap, I presume. I've set a fair share of those myself. I suppose it's about time I stumbled into one set by someone else. No matter. Sometimes you take a chance on someone who turns out to be a disappointment. It's happened before.
Okay, I'm sorry, but those sunglasses are very weird. And I guess this guy's not that smart. He actually fell into this trap. He should have known that they were... Well, he knew that they were on their tail. And that the buyer failed, so... He probably should have come up with something else.
It's not easy to earn the dark financier Rovere Pelliccia's respect, but I must say, you 3 detectives are a force to be reckoned with. I suppose congratulations are in order. 6 months of planning and execution was all it took to take down a Mora laundering organization decades in the making. I have to hand it to the Fontaine and Liyue authorities. Your operation really has been a roaring success.
Why is the Dark Financier so... polite? Not the kind of crime boss Paimon was expecting.
I think the best outcome for this is if this guy was actually like a fake. Posing as the real one and then trying to take the fall while the real one gets away somehow.
Oh, do be serious. You thought you'd corner me and then what? I just surrender?
If you want to do this the easy way, then yes. You know you're out of options.
For 2 months, I've watched you and Officer Edler dismantle my organization piece by piece. As you cut off my limbs, gouged out my eyes, deafened my ears. I was helpless to stop it.
So you're planning on taking us down with you, is that it? Never heard that one before.
My livelihood is in tatters, Agent Yelan. Hundreds I had working under me, hundreds. And now, they're either locked up or useless. Corday is the only one who still has some value. My Mora laundering days are over. We both know that. And considering how your operation's been progressing, it was only a matter of time before you locked on to me. I'm usually one to quit while I'm ahead, but you see, there's only so much a man can lose before he starts to get rather angry. So, Agent Yelan, even if the only score I get to settle here today is ending your precious life, well, that's a high I'll ride straight to the bank.
Ah! Clockwork Mecha! Paimon takes back what she said! This isn't very polite at all!
An old military model. Bet these go for big bucks on the black market. You two have been a huge help, but this fight is mine. 'Cause as it so happens, he isn't the only one who has a score to settle here. If he wants to bring on the drama, then I'm more than happy to give him a show.
Okay, so he's here because he wants revenge. I guess I'm fine with that. Why are they so low health? I guess it is because they're like low, old and low spec.
Game's up. Fine's over.
Okay, but I do wonder where the other two are. I got hit by that because I'm dumb. I just want to finish off that 2 match first. That big AoE of this guy. And then, oh, they're from the back. Got it.
Quietly now.
Okay, let's attack in. I got there somehow. I'm not quite sure how. First
Here comes the
again.
cash.
Let me finish off the mecha before I go for him. Never mind. It keeps targeting him. Okay, very easy. You know, I failed a little bit.
Unbelievable. You've bested me, fair and square.
Any last words? Perhaps a bit too dramatic, isn't it? I'd rather not give a soapbox to a piece of scum like you. No, I think I'll say my piece instead. You can pretend to have seen the error of your ways, but it doesn't matter, because you're going to rot in prison for the rest of your life. And every moment of every day you'll be cursing the greed that put you there. Every coin of dirty money that you've pocketed over the years is just another nail in your coffin. And all you'll be able to do is curl up in the corner of your cell like a dying animal and waste away whatever remains of your pathetic life.
You're not a detective, no. You're some kind of demon.
If you knew what's good for you, you'd have walked away from this fight. But it's too late for that now. Whew. After 6 months of hard work, I finally get to tick off the mission accomplished box at the end of the case file. Take this guy back to the court of Fontaine to stand trial. Don't let him try anything. With any luck, we'll get to send him off to prison before the day is out. Oh, Miss Yelan, Traveler, Paimon. As a personal thanks for all your help, you deserve half of the bonus I'm getting for this case. I will also request that the Maison Gardiennage extend our utmost thanks to our partners in Liyue.
I appreciate the sentiment, Officer Edler, but that's too kind. I was just doing my job. I can't, in good conscience, accept even a single Mora. I'll have to pass up any invitations for banquets or tea tastings as well. If you want to reward someone for going above and beyond during this operation, it should be the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow. Paimon's had her detective cap on for so long, analyzing all those clues and trying to uncover their schemes, that her brain hurts. But at the same time, she feels smarter than before. Maybe Paimon really does have what it takes to be a real detective.
Well, if you're interested in this line of work, We're heading to the Maison Gardiennage to get a confession out of these guys. Did you want to tag along?
You really mean it? Yes! 100% yes! Oh, is that okay, Traveler? Paimon's gonna go with Officer Adler and learn some cool new detective skills! Who knows? Maybe they'll come in handy someday. Alright! Then let's rendezvous outside the Palais Mnemonia!
Well, both our lives can get back to normal now, Traveler. After talking about it for so long, I finally have the chance to enjoy a real vacation. Mind humoring me for a bit, Traveler?
Okay, quest done, but still not all done yet. Instead of intoxication, the Code of Fontaine. Okay, I guess we're doing that before we meet with Paimon. I thought we were like going to do that right here. But we're still like going to the same area, which is fine, I guess. Down here apparently. And then right there. Okay, she's still in her, well, of course she's still in her outfit. Oh yeah, one more thing before we go on.
What a nice night.
It was actually pretty cool seeing Adler actually using like a baton. So the people, well, police officers in Fontaine actually use that thing.
Fresh from maritime flowers, fragrant perfume from the shop on the corner, the rich aroma of coffee beans, all blended together in the night breeze. Makes for quite the relaxing atmosphere. If only we were on a rooftop terrace somewhere, enjoying a few glasses of sparkling wine and getting pleasantly tipsy. All right, then let's look for a place to stop. I wonder what special drinks the hidden taverns of this city offer. Oh, but first, I wanted to head to the Confrérie of Cabrières before it closes. Mind helping me pick out some perfume to go with this outfit? I also heard about the intricate timepieces, clockwork furnishings, and fine jewelry you can get around here. There should be quite a few souvenirs worth perusing. Well, with the most cultured traveler in all of Tevat by my side, I should take advantage of this opportunity. I'm counting on you not to steer me wrong. I'm satisfied. This has been a nice trip abroad. A very nice trip indeed. I wish I could take my time, maybe extend my stay a few more days. No one likes to be rushed on vacation. It can't be helped. Duty calls. I still have to write up a formal report on the case and develop a more sophisticated cargo inspection system. Then I'm off to the location of my next assignment. Nodcry. No, nothing like that. Just meeting an intelligence partner to decide on a mutually beneficial agreement going forward, and to set some boundaries. I'll fill you in later. For now, why don't we take a picture together to commemorate this exciting trip to Fontaine? That's right. After this, I know I can trust you to have my back, Traveler. Or should I say, Agent. I say we put the forensic imaging device to use one last time to take this picture. Perhaps we'll cross paths in Nodcry. If so, I hope this collaboration was just the first of many.
And with that, there's the picture Nodcry mentioned, so this definitely takes place after Natland for sure. So we don't get to follow up with Paimon apparently and see what she learned as a honorary Maison Gardiennage personnel, I guess, which is fine. Okay, so with that, the Afterword is done too. Apparently that was the Afterword, so that's probably yeah, got that done as well since it came out by the time I started this. Afterword complete, I really don't know why it was still red exclamation mark, but whatever. Okay, so, and then the equipment tutorial. Oh, for the camera. That's totally fine. And got the BP for that. Yep. Get that for myself. It's free. And over here, probably just showing off the camera again. Okay. I will say, I think I did complain probably a little bit too much about the quest, but I did thoroughly enjoy it with all the voices. And then it was probably because I was like partly bad at the investigating and finding the photos by myself, but the story was actually quite decent. I will say the Yelan focus was as expected since it was for her outfit. If I did this like every 2 days, I probably would not have enjoyed it as much. But the break in between, but doing it all at once was actually a pretty nice length. And like I said, the content was at the very least fun enough that, yeah, it was quite enjoyable. I don't think her outfit is anything like too spectacular, like I said, in the middle. So if I wasn't like collecting all the outfits and I actually had to choose, I would not have bought this one, but I think I will buy it just to support the game with the outfits, even though I don't have any of the characters, except for maybe like the Luke, but that's totally fine. But I guess you mainly want that outfit for the legs, I guess. Okay. But yeah, the final thing is of course the not cry mention, even though I think that was totally not necessary, but they did it, I guess, to celebrate not cry, just like how most of the events were talking about not cry like it recently. So it does date this Yelan investigation after Natlan for sure. So with that, that is gonna be it for this one. I'm pretty happy that I got all the stages done plus the afterword. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.